If you live in the Arkansas River Valley and you have heard of Helen Valentine, I'm honestly surprised. Helen Valentine has been missing for the last 10 years, but her case has garnered minimal attention in the media. Helen Valentine was last heard from on September 17th, 2012. She was last seen walking south from CV's in Paris, Arkansas. She was carrying a bag of groceries and walking in the direction of her house. At the time of her disappearance, she lived on Cherry Street in Paris. People that know Helen have described her as having a heart of gold. They say that even if Helen needed something to herself, she would help another person. She was very kind and very loving. She stayed in contact with her family. She spoke to her family at least once a day, every day, up until the day that Helen disappeared. She spoke to them that day, but they have not heard from her in the 10 years since then. It should be said that Helen Valentine is one of millions of people in the United States that suffer from mental health issues. Helen Valentine has bipolar disorder and paranoid schizophrenia. The people that knew Helen most, when I spoke to them, they were very clear that Helen Valentine was stable on her medication at the time of her disappearance, and that would not be a factor in her disappearance. It is a red flag to those that knew her that Helen Valentine has not showed up or spoke to them in the last 10 years, and that means that she would not have been taking her medication in the last 10 years since her disappearance. At the time of Helen's disappearance, she was in a relationship with a man named Larry Fore, Fore. Larry Fore has a criminal history. It is believed that Larry Fore had more information about the disappearance of Helen Valentine than what he has given to police. At the time of her disappearance, Helen Valentine was 5 feet, 5 inches tall. She weighed about 135 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. Helen had a tattoo of a rose on her right shoulder and a rosebud on her right ankle. Helen Valentine would be 55 years old today. Helen Valentine has been missing for the last 10 years. The people that know her are just praying that someone who has information about the disappearance of Helen Valentine will come forward to police with that information so that Helen can finally come home, or if she's unable to come home, she can finally receive justice that she so much deserves. If you have any information about the disappearance of Helen Valentine, please contact the Logan County Sheriff's Office.